Hello, and welcome to your daily oracle reading for Monday, June 22nd, 2020. I'm Linda the Lightworker. I'm a shamanic practitioner, and I do my best work by helping you stay on your life path, living one day at a time. Maybe you've made some changes to your life where you're not doing what you were doing before, and you're putting yourself first. You're making sure you take care of you before you help anybody else. So if you're a light worker or a caregiver or somebody who really understands how it feels to need help and has helped others, thanks for stopping by. This is a general reading for all of us during the time of COVID. Now, I also do bring in my spirit guides, and I bring in all sorts of information from the great beyond. That's one of my gifts. So if you want to find out more about me, all the information about me is down below in the description box. LindaTheLightWorker.com is my website, or you can email me directly at LindaTheLightWorker@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. All right, let's jump into our cards. Today I'm using the World Spirit Tarot deck, and all that information is, of course, down in the diddly do box. All right, our first card today is the Five of Wands. Now, here we have, it looks like two people battling, one brown, one kind of white. And this is definitely a card about conflict. So today, especially for you light workers that are out there, you might have, this could be a conflict with a co-worker. As I see them, this guy forging back here, it looks like there's a fire going behind him. It looks like a kiln. This could be something at the workplace, two different ideas of how to do something. But this, I'm really hearing that for many of you, this is a conflict within yourself. You are battling your own demons. It is about, let's say, for example, you're trying to decide whether you should leave that relationship. Now, this time of COVID has brought up all kinds of situations for us where we may be re-evaluating, rethinking our primary relationships, and maybe something's not working and you're going through this dance back and forth of should I stay or should I go? That could be your internal conflict. This could be a literal conflict with someone else. I see this little cock down here. So maybe you're having a conflict with somebody who may be peacocking around or being too boastful, or someone who might be arrogant or eager to fight, thinking of a chicken that's been trained for battle. Sounds ridiculous, battling chickens, but but this could literally be a conflict with another person or with yourself. This could be but here's the thing to remember about conflict. And I know a lot of you are saying, oh, I don't like conflict. Oh, I don't want to, no, I don't want to I don't want to have any conflict. Fear of conflict. And that's a real trait. That's something that's a real thing, especially people who tend to be a little codependent like me. So if you are afraid of this conflict, you might not say something that is very simple, very small, and your fear is what leads you to not speak up sooner, and then you'll allow it to fester, and it might turn into a big fight. So this is what here's the Spirit's really saying today. If you can, don't let it come to fisticuffs. Fisticuffs. But to really have the courage to speak up for your rights, if your rights are being violated, or to speak in a way that helps another grow. And for that to happen, you have to grow. So if you're having a battle within yourself, please take the time to look at what's coming up for you and ask yourself, how can I grow from this situation? Maybe I am in denial about some of my behaviors or my patterns, or maybe why is it every time I eat sugar, I end up having a fight with my partner, or whatever it is that's coming up for you. Maybe it's time for you to knock off the sugar. You know, sugar can put us on an emotional tailspin. It's quite addictive, and it can do a number to our emotions. So it really is an invitation for you to look at where you might be able to see what this conflict is about. It might be with you. You know, you might be pushing yourself too hard at work, expecting yourself to have all the answers when you're working with a team and you only have a piece of the problem. So pay attention to the conflict and do your best to use your words, articulate what is really going on with you so you can get to the heart of the matter. Our second card, which is typically our action card, this is the Six of Wands. Now I know my regulars and I know this card well. The Six of Wands is all about scurrying away in the night. Look at her, she's has already in the boat, and those friends are helping her pass down bundles, or perhaps a child is coming down with her and she's escaping in the night. She doesn't even really know where she's going, but that ship is going to steer the path. That boat knows where she's going, so she doesn't have to worry about that. And some of you are literally thinking about making a big change, a sudden change. Maybe your housing situation or living situation has become too toxic, or someone you're living with, somebody who is actively engaged in their addiction and they're causing an unsafe or unharmonious home and they're unwilling to participate. You know, women have a lot of skill of escaping in the middle of the night and will help each other get to safety, because we know how those who are oftentimes alcohol will unleash a demon, and women must protect themselves. And this is your inner divine feminine too. So this might you literally escaping sort of a situation, or from this conflict that has been, maybe you've had an intense fight with your partner and it's time for you to just say, the hell with that. Sorry, the heck with that. I'm out of here. And you jump in your boat and get away. Listen, do whatever you need to do to be safe. Remember, there are people all around to help you. There are 800 numbers out there. People are ready at the phones to listen, help, and support you, because this can be that's a big deal, making those big life changes, especially if you're leaving a partner or moving from a home where you used to be together and you just can't do it anymore. This leads to our third card. We actually have 4 cards today. This card has a companion with it. This is the Three of Swords. This is grief. This is sadness. This is, you feel stabbed in the back. Your heart is broken. This is, maybe you have to leave New York City. I remember having to leave New York City and what a heartache it was. This sort of thing, like making a major life decision, it will come up with grief. And I just want to say that this past weekend, with all these energetic forces, with the eclipse that we've had going on, and then we had the solstice, and now I understand we have all these planets coming into alignment, there are a lot of changes that are happening, especially in relationships, very quickly. And it's an opportunity for you to have some grief time. Remember those tears. Oh my gosh, my skin got like this because of the tears. I just rub them in. I tell my tears how good they are for my skin, how I learn from them, how they nourish me, and how I will learn from my heartache, and not to not let someone in again, but to pay attention to the signs all along the way. Don't beat yourself up. If you have gotten into a situation where you might have made some poor decisions, or we all need to make our changes when we need to make our changes. There's no need to feel sad about making a positive, healthy choice. Sometimes that grief just needs to be expressed. So be sure to reach out to someone who will understand, call someone, write it down, express it, because all of this momentum, this grief, this sadness, this the heartache, whatever you're clearing out, maybe your expectations weren't met. Maybe you wanted a monogamous relationship and the other person just wasn't able to do that. I don't know. What is it for you? Something within you is triggering you. What this will do is lead you to this as you're healing. I'm going to have to cough here. Excuse me. as we are leading up here to the Seer of Swords, and this is a young woman, look at how strong she is. She is here to help you. Look at how she's balancing that sword on her middle finger, like with her little finger. Even her little dog is impressed at her strength and her courage because she's on a mission. She knows that in her perfect partner or her dream job or her ideal living situation or her life purpose is ahead of her, and it's unloading this stuff from the past, lightening the load, letting go of this fear and the grief and stepping out of relationships that no longer serve you, so that you can reach your full potential and be at your strength, strong and vibrant and exhilarated, sharing your energy with others. This is where it's going to come from. So it might be a bit of an emotional day. So as I go into our final card today from the Denise Linn Sacred Travelers deck, we have the Answering the Call. All right, for those of you, I'm hearing this specifically for a couple of you. I don't like to do that, but I just got to say it. Some of you have been waiting for a sign to know if you should go. And here's the Answering the Call. And it says, the time is now. So if you have been waiting to take action or to relocate or to make this major move, you've been putting it on hold, a major decision, hire that agent, whatever, answer the call. Spirit's saying, go. Today's the day to do it. So while it might trigger some conflict and you're going to have your own emotions come up and face you in your face, just take a moment to be grateful that you do have all these different emotions and that feelings are simply feelings. They're just emotions. So just remember that if you are in conflict or if you are in conflict with yourself, remember to build yourself up and not to beat yourself up for your past actions, and to remember this lesson. However you're growing, today is a 5-star growth day. So however you're growing today, remember this lesson so you don't have to do it again. Things are uncertain out there, and when we have to make sudden changes with so much uncertainty, it really is a leap of faith. And the invitation is to call on God, Spirit, the universe, your higher power, whatever words work for you, to find that place within you so you're able to strengthen your spiritual relationship so you can handle whatever arises, whatever comes up for you today. Because little tomato, let me tell you, you are strong. You've been through so much. Whatever this day has in store for you, I know you're going to be able to handle it because you've made it through all your worst days. You made it up to here. Holy cow, you might need a nap and an extra cup of coffee today. It could be a little exhausting, but you know what? You can do it. Be true to yourself. Live your life with integrity and make sure you're taking care of yourself first. Because when we take care of ourselves, we don't have to look to others to do that for us, and then we're able to help others, especially those who are coming out of a spiritual fog and awakening in this new day and new time, however it is. Wherever you are. Holy cow. Well, what a reading. Well, looks like we've got a big week ahead, especially if it's starting off with this way. But here's an insider tip. I've heard that Venus and Mercury and somebody else is coming into an alignment that's happening this week. And so it's going to be a big opportunity for you to fall in love with yourself again. And then, as I always say, love yourself first, then add others. And maybe only start with 1 or 2 at a time. Slow down, little love muffin. All right, my dear. That's our reading for today. If this is your first time stopping by, 47% of my viewers do not subscribe. Well, I'm thrilled you've stopped by. Please hit that subscription button. I love that you've come by my channel. If you're one of my new subscribers, I'm so grateful you're here. I hope you Well, let me know how you're doing. Put a comment in there or email me, and just let me know how you're doing here in this time of uncertainty. All sorts of good things are up ahead, so you can do it. Remember to take really good care of yourself today and say nice things to you. A nice inside voice, I call that. All right, my dear. I love you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.